Hello, everyone who are listening to us or watching us on this interview. So I present you Jeroen. Jeroen, please start with presenting yourself, so saying words about who you are.
Yeah, okay. No, well, hello everybody. I'm Jeroen Stek from Holland, from Leeuwarden, up in the north of the Netherlands. And I'm working here as a provocative therapist and also as a couple therapist, and in the couple therapy, I also try to use a lot of humor, a lot of provocative approaches. And I'm an improvised teacher and also an actor. I make theater plays about psychology and knowledge. And well, I in my own life, I try to provoke myself and my friends, and I think it's a way of life instead of that it is a thing or a method of life itself. I try to be provocative, maybe provoke love with the people around me. So that's a little bit what I do. I'm a dad with 4 children, and I'm also be granddad. Is that right? Yeah. So actually, on this time, my grandchild and my wife and my daughter are leaving to a camping site, and tomorrow I will visit her then because I have another appointment. But yes, I'm a happy guy. Mm-hmm. I'm a little bit older than 60, but well, I'm good. I'm doing well.
Don't say it. Everyone will think that you are 33.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, inside of me, I am 33.
Okay.
Yeah, and I hope a lot of people will be younger than the ages. That's one of the things what provocative way of living and will bring up. I hope just be a child and look with pondering around you and be nice. That's what childhood brings you, and we lost it sometimes. And that's
So you mentioned provocative, but also you mentioned love.
Yes.
So what is this?
Well, the provocative love with Brechtje Bullens in the Netherlands. I give this course for people and we call it provocative love, because I believe that you can use, like I do, provocative way of working as a therapist or as a coach or in the theater or whatever. It's fine. It's really good. But I also think it's more like a way of living, maybe even, and then it's too serious maybe, but maybe it's a belief. How can we spread the world, our provocative love, and make the world a little bit better? Because, well, there is a lot of going on what's very negative and adultish and not from the heart. And I think if we work with each other or try to connect with each other from the heart, like a child, not naive, but with kindness, I think the world will be a little bit better. And that's what I try to do when I'm going to the supermarket or going to wherever. I always try to make connection, make a joke, try to love people, but also be interesting. And even if it is someone who is not the first where I want to go to, I try to go and try to make contact. And if we do, with the warm heart, the world will be a better place, I think.
Oh my God. it's
too heavy.
Too heavy. It's like, okay, so I need to be curious of the things around me, of people, and also with the warm heart, like a child, approach them in the supermarket. I'm not sure if I'm ready yet. If you can help me, like, what should I take? What medicine or what should I do? Some exercises for me to become this.
Well, you don't have to take some medicine, but I think you have a choice. You have a choice every day and every moment. And that's your choice. And sometimes you are a little tired or something like that, and then you are more in yourself. But when you are you feel fit and it's okay, why don't we be open to strangers around us and make some contact? And that's a choice. I try to go. Yesterday evening, I always on the Thursday evening, I go with my wife doing the groceries for the week in the supermarkets. And you can do your groceries with a narrow space and just pick up the things and pay and go away. I think it's pity for your time. Because there are a lot of other people who are in the same space. Why don't we make contact? If it is the staff or it is another one, just make some contact or say something nice or ask something and there will be connection. There will be a good vibe. Most of the people are really enjoyable about this. And like it. But it is your choice. That's the way I live. I hope I can do that a lot.
So you made this choice.
I made this choice. Yeah, from provocative law, from I think when you look to provocative work, it is about really good connection, a warm heart, and then you can play and provoke. Well, why don't we do it in normal life?
So, and why? What would be the aim of this? The goal of this? Why should we do that?
Well, we make when you make good contact, a positive contact with another one, you get some really good vibes in yourself, like oxytocin. So. That's one of the reasons. It's not only for the one who contact you with, but also with yourself. You give yourself a boost. And when we do, I think the world will be a little bit better because nowadays there is a lot of polarization. Right wing, left wing, black, white, hetero, homo. You mention it. And if and when you don't have contact, but someone is a stranger, your mind and your emotional brain will think there is danger. But when you reach out and you be curious about whatever the people around you look like or believe in, then there is something new in this connection. And most of the people are friendly, loving, and also warm-hearted. But we don't see it every time because we are too busy with ourselves.
And about this element of provocation, because you said you talk about this connection with people. But also you said just provoking a little bit, but you didn't say what exactly it is. And
I'm one of the examples. For instance, is I was in this supermarket and I have to park the car under the supermarket, and then there is this elevator, and everybody has this things where we can do the grocery.
Yes.
There was this man who stand beside me, with his face really sad, and his wife was in the front of this grocery, I don't know what you call it, a winkelwagentje. But he was standing next to me. And I said to him, well, this is the most beautiful moment of the week, isn't it? And then he has to laugh because he knew that he was looking very, irritated because I have to go again to the grocery with my wife. And when we make this connection, he smiles and he said, okay, I know your point. I didn't have to say something, but I can't do it without.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Because someone has that was yesterday. There was this man, and his whole car of the grocery car. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Was full of with some kind of drink.
Okay.
So I said to him, "Well, you have enough for the evening, isn't it?" And he has to laugh because it was for a month, I think. So you can say nothing, or you make contact with this provocative way of saying things, or give your that's what I try to do. And sometimes it doesn't work, but most of the times it gives a really good connection.
And it comes naturally to your head. Just you are standing, and this thought comes, or you kind of prepare.
Well, I do the provocative working and the provocative way of living, I think, for over 25, 30 years or something like that. And it becomes more and more a thing in myself. But sometimes you have to make this choice again, so now and then, and think, oh, wait a minute, I want to be curious, I want to be warm-hearted, I want to make jokes and make a contact.
So sometimes it can be hard to stay in that state.
Yeah, sometimes you are with your mind, or with there is some stress or something else, and it takes over you. You become too serious. And if I'm an optimistic man. So most of the time, my wife says always to me, when you're leaving the house in the morning, you are whistling, and when you come in, you are whistling again. So I'm a really happy guy. I think, and I have a lot of energy. So
you always have been like that?
Yeah, well, there was a point in my life. I think I was 33 or something like that. It was really hard in my life on that moment. I broke up a relationship. I have 2 little kids, and that was the time that I decided to. I met provocative work. I met improv work, and that was the time I thought, okay, well, I have to do it another way around. And when I become in this provocative work and the improvisations, I thought it's more than just a way of doing or therapy or coaching. It can be a way of life and living. Your vision on mankind or something like that. Okay.
Yeah. You wanted to add something? You don't want it anymore?
And it was not the first year directly in myself, but through the years and years, and met other provocative people, and you get a really positive feedback when you do so. Most of the people have to laugh. When I work in a psychology practice, when we have a meeting or something like that, they know and they expect, and I can't do otherwise, that I always make some provocative joke or some, or I try to make it a little bit lighter. Where I am, and I like it, and I hope people around me also.
You didn't hear any feedback. Oh, this Jeroen, he is so rude.
Maybe sometimes it's too much. That is possible. Yeah.
But you take it. You live with that. You don't.
I live with it. I rather live with the risk of that some people think, oh, there is Jeroen again with his jokes, than that I will be terminaal serieus.
Terminal serious. Terminal serious.
I think a lot of people are terminal serious. Last time I had this manager, and I always said to to the manager when they come here and they have a lot of stress and we're really serious. Do you? I don't know what that is in English, but we call it in Dutch huppelen. Do you make this huppel move?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, but podskakiwać in Polish. Making like little jumps.
Yeah, little jumps up. And then they look at you, at me, and they look. No, of course not. I'm a manager. I'm very serious. And then I said, but that's the problem. That's the problem. So I gave him the work to do, and I said, well, from now, every day you go to your car, the last 10 meters. You have to do this
huppling. Yeah,
huppling. And sometimes they do, and they are laughing when they come the next time. And sometimes they don't, and they still are very serious. And that's a pity for me, because it's not good for your brain, not good for the contact, not good for your stress level, not good for your happiness.
What do you like the most in the provocative approach?
The humor, the warmth. Yeah, the warmth. I met a lot of lovely people, and with a warm heart. I think warm-hearted and the humor is really nice. And that's where I'm going for. And of course, it's also every time, and sometimes it will go with the flow, but sometimes you have to think about it, and that's a really nice process, I think. Okay, what shall I say? How can I provoke this man or lady so there is some movement? That's really nice to do. That's really,
So you are looking for a movement. You are
How can we get moving people along and make another perspective more joyful, more childish, maybe.
And have you had this situation that you wanted a person to be happier, and this person wanted to change but didn't want to change in that way? I'm not sure if this is clear.
Right now, this week, I work with a man who is depressed, and I first met him a half year ago, just for one session, and after that, there was a collapsing, and it was not good with him. And now he had some medicine, and he was depressed. But he said, well, I really want to go to you, Jeroen, because I need this provocative way of working. I think working, but the whole hour he was really, really depressed. So sometimes it has to take some time. Although I always try to bring a person with a depression or something like that in a laughing state. I try to do crazier and crazier, because, and then if there is something like a smile or whatever it is, I said, no, be serious, no smile, you can't do it. And then he has to laugh a little bit more. So, well, in my career as provocative worker, I have one person who was resisting. Yeah, and there was nothing I can do to bring him in another mood. But that was one of the, and it was a nice story, because the doctor sent him to me. The doctor gave me a call and said, well, not one of the therapies I can think of will work to this guy. Maybe you will work with him, and then there is some movement or some change. And after 3 sessions, I give him a hand, and I said, you are also resistant to provocative work. You will always be like what you are. Your problem. Yeah.
It's awful. Sometimes things are like that. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this movie. I don't remember how it's in English. This about this. I think that it's Matt Damon. That is, or another person about also therapist. Okay, never mind. I don't go in that direction.
No.
But
maybe it was a nice link on it.
Yeah, I think, but I'm lost and I don't know the names or anything, so I will take me so much time. But
and you have to be perfect, you know.
Exactly, I need to be. Thank you. Yeah, movies, actors. You said that you are a performer, or you are an actor or improviser. I don't know what is your identity, but it's interesting. I think that you have a theater, right? Can you say a little bit more about that?
Yeah,
in a provocative way.
Yeah, on this moment we are working on the fourth show. We call it Theater College. It is about psychology knowledge with a provocative sauce. And I do it with Tom Kemp, and we work on themes about life and struggles in people's lives. So we made one about the relationships, and we call it love and other nasty things. That's the translation. We made us one who actually we played Monday next week and Saturday next week, and that we called is happiness is a hell of a job. And now we are making a new one, and that's called how older, how crazier.
So the older, the crazier.
Yeah, the older, the crazier, precisely. And there is a lot of beautiful knowledge about how you become on age, or how you do relationships, or how you can be happy. But it's also a struggle. And I think we make the show with a provocative way, in a provocative way, and try to make a mirror, or a laughing mirror for the audience to look in and to make an own decision. Okay, how will I do my own life in the relationship, or if it go about happiness, or for example, how will I be? What are the choices for me when I'm coming on age?
Oh, interesting.
And it's really nice to do, and I think our mark is that Tom Kemp, the actor, is always making the jokes on and not so serious, the provocative. He's the dummy. He don't understand it. He will always try to say the things that the audience will think when we discuss something, and I play this therapist or science
specialist
with all the knowledge. Well, that's a lot of joke and a lot of crazy things, and well, we like it, and the audience likes it too. So it's nice to do.
So is it like theater from one side? So it is like for people to watch and to like have a good time when they watch it, while also somehow like the function of changing the world. So like a therapeutic function to the public.
Yeah. So it is in the border of I can watch a theater show. Okay, come. And well, what I have to, and that's what the brain does. I have to think about, how do I do it? Oh no, I don't do that. Or I won't. I really like to do that also. But so it's a mirror. It's you can you can say sit down and think, okay, I watch it. It's not about me. But most of the time, it's about you. A little bit provoked, but it's about you. And well, that's also what we get as feedback. One of the friends of mine who is married, and he was with his spouse to the show of the relationship. And they on the evening it was finished, and they go out, and he said to her, "Well, then we have a good relationship, because what they." And then she said, "Well, I think we have to talk." I love it. I love
Okay.
it. That's the purpose.
Mhm.
Okay, that's the purpose. Come on.
Yeah, to shake a little bit the world of
Shake a little
people.
bit. Yeah, to think about how we do it. Is it the right way? Or is it another ambition? Do I want to something else? How vulnerable can you be in contact with your spouse, or contact with your friends? Or how vulnerable can you be about happiness or about coming on age?
Mm-hmm.
I think when we can be a little bit vulnerable and open, then there is always people who want to stand around you, who want to and recognize it and make contact about it, and you're not alone. Most of the people who come here with this problem, they think they are the only one who has this problem.
Yes.
I shake hands and I said, "Well, I have the same problem. Why not?"
Yeah.
That's what we do in the theater. Yeah. And it's a little bit, we both are improvising teachers. So maybe most of the time we know, okay, this is the knowledge, this is the science, and then we make scenes and make crazy things. And well, this time we have this really young director, and he brings us in the most crazy parts. And it's really nice. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you have a director.
Yeah.
Serious stuff.
Serious stuff, but with a lot of fun.
With a lot of fun. Okay. So it's a fun, and it's also an art that you are doing, an art that is changing people's lives. Making people think and feel. And you enjoy it yourself. And it is a part of the work you do also as an improviser or improvisation teacher.
Yeah. That's true.
And maybe already we can ask about the Congress, and then afterwards we can also talk about different stuff. But what will be the lecture that you will have in the Congress? What will that be about?
Yeah, that will be about the combination of provocative work and improvisation.
Yeah.
So a lot of coaches and therapists, I did it myself the same. They will sit in a chair, and they will do this provocative way with a verbal way, with a lot of language, and it's fun and it's nice. And when it works, it's okay. But I think that we can learn a lot about improvisation, and even, and that's what I wanted to tell in this lecture, and how important it is to come out of the chair and do some play before or with the client, so he becomes in a movement. The body keeps the score. So when we can work with the body, work with statuing, and work with provocative little plays, then it's a lot of impact. And I think there is a greater chance that the client will change.
Have you heard from your client this feedback about like that impacted them, the thing that you did or they did? Or
most of the time when I asked them when we are finished with all the sessions, and they said, "Okay, it's okay, Jeroen, it's I am always asked of what was the thing, what was working, or I every session they have to make a little note about the session. What is the problem there? What was the change? What was helping? What was not helping? What do you think about the contact with the therapist? And most of the time they just pinpoint when you did something out of your chair, and you do a little bit crazy, but you you played me in the situation. I thought, that's not what I want. And then what makes the change. So when you're mirroring the client in the situation and you exercise it a little bit, then they have to look at this self and then they said, okay, yeah, it's good, that's me, it's nothing I can do. I can't do it.
No hope anymore.
No hope anymore. But most of the time there is some
resistance.
Resilience. Yeah.
Resistance is the opposite.
Oh yeah,
so we need to be careful this wording.
Yeah.
Perfection needs to be there.
Yeah, very good. Thanks.
So the resistance is there most of the time when you show them how they are exaggerating.
And then there's some movement in them because this also in the body. I believe that and most of the time I try to let the client play with me. Say, okay, you're your wife, I'm you, and okay, here I am. And then this man was really in a relationship. He was really scared about his wife because she was really strong and was a little bit disappointed about what he could bring in the relationship. He said to me, well, I want to speak with her. And I said, oh, well, I know how it will be. Okay, come, stand, you're your wife, I'm you. And then I said to her, please, can I say something to you? and he becomes red and he said, that's what I think, but I don't want it. I said, well.
And he changed? What was the story afterward?
It was really nice. After 3 weeks, he comes again, and I said, well, and he said, well, I spoke to my wife. I said, well, she was sleeping. No. I really spoke to my wife. Okay, you give her some booze at first. No. Okay, so you spoke to her, and she was not in sleep, and she had no alcohol. Yes. So okay, let me show your bag. You're no, it's not good. And okay, she said, and well, she said, I have a point. Okay, but will it change? It is changed. Well, for now, but over a month it will be no. Well, so I tried to provoke him the whole time, but it was changing.
Wow.
Because he said after these sessions, he said, well, when we did it play, and I played my wife and you played me, that was the thing I thought, never of my life.
He could really see himself, some part of himself that he really hated of him, which made a change.
Yes. Yeah. And that's what words will do a lot. But I think what improvising brings is more statuing, more playing, more doing, and it's powerful. Yeah.
So this is what you will do during the workshop to show more like how to work with your body and with movement.
And how can you learn yourself a little bit more the improvisation? It will bring you have to dare come out of your chair. You have to, and I think provocative people who do provocative coaches or provocative therapists, they most of the time they dare say things. And now I want to use that power to come out of the chair and do things. So when I was graduated in the course of provocative work, I have to do this. I call it, what is it? Not an investigation, but you have to make a paper on the end of.
Like thesis on something.
Yeah, it was a thesis.
Some examination or research.
Yeah, so it's research. Yes, that's what it's.
Research.
And what I did with a little group was interview provocative coaches and improvisation teachers. And what we discovered was that 70 to 80% of what they think and do was the same. So that's why one of the reasons I did this provocative work was because I was an improvisation teacher. I read something from Jaap Hollander and Jeffrey Weinberg, the gurus in Holland. And I read in his book, that's why provocative work is so familiar with improvisation theater. And then I thought, if that's true, then I have to know more about it. It was 30 years ago.
Sparked your curiosity, and then you went into that.
Because in all of my life, when I was a kid and when I was growing up, I played text theater. I did theater with text and then, like an actor. I always loved it. And when I get into the improv world, I thought, this is the way I really want to make theater. It's really nice to do. It's with attention. It's with you have to be open. You have to trust it. You have to dare. You have to be vulnerable. I really like to do that way and that kind of theater. So I thought, if there is a therapy or a coaching's way will bring this up, I will do it. And the first time I come into this course, I was hooked on it. I thought, it's what I like. It's what I want. So I'm not really enthusiastic. I hope
a little bit too much. You could really be a bit lower.
Okay.
Maybe our technician guy will be able to regulate you properly.
I shall talk a little bit slower.
And
I don't like it, provocative way.
But I need to do that. It's my work, right? This is what we do.
I have to make money.
Exactly. There is a family there that you need to pay the bills. Okay. So, improvisation is close to provocative approach.
You can use it.
You can use it.
Yeah.
Is it only about like going up of the chair and use your body, or something else as well?
Well, when you can make a statue or a picture, and you can do it also in your chair. I think that picture is powerful when it is provoked picture, when it is too much. So
exaggerated, you mean?
Exaggerated. Yeah. But because when I work with a youngster of 14 or 15 year, and he's coming, and because his mother wants to, and then he goes in his chair like this, and then I go in the chair like this. So you don't have to do it, but I think, why not? And then the joke is, I stay for the whole session like this. And then you see that he becomes a little bit, and he will go this way, and then I will go this way, and then we have a new connection. Because he knew, okay, this guy is not also a little bit kooky, but come on. And you can think about it, but I think that the pictures in your brain or the actions in your brain, you can use it and do it. Why not? You can always, when it doesn't work, and some people really with a serious face think, well, you can always go one down and say, oh, sorry, I'm sorry. It's not my day today, I'm sorry. No problem.
Interesting how I wanted to say non-verbal, but it sounds like scientific talk.
Yeah.
But how actually you talk without saying anything, how you speak without saying anything, how you speak with how you are with your body or with your energy or with your position, and how this might sometimes be more awakening for a person that's saying, oh, I can see you sit very low on your chair. It looks like you don't want to be here, or you are maybe tired, and maybe you can sit normally, and then fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear this all the time from everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the way. And you can make a statue or a picture or a little play and talk also. But I think the movements and the picture of the statue or the playing or that what you are showing the client, that will bring the more power and more tension and more chance that there will be some change.
This is from your experience that you say.
Yeah.
What you notice.
Yeah. There are a lot of people. I think therapists and coaches are really verbal. They really use words and jokes and so on. There are a lot of people you work with who are not used to speak a lot. So when I got this man from the street and he is doing some he's a what shall I say, carpenter or
Carpenter.
something. Yeah, it's not a man with a lot of words. So then you have to make contact on another way, because I know there is a lot of humor in between the colleagues when they are making houses or doing. So I think one of how can you make really contact to play with this, and not only with words, but well, so do you want beer or coffee? It's in the morning. Well,
release tension.
Yeah, that's yeah. Well, like that. So I tried in this workshop. I want a lecture. I want to get some notice about how can you do it. What is the? Maybe we can do a little exercise or something.
Exercises, okay.
Would be nice.
Nice. Sounds very refreshing and interesting if you are doing exercises and people can try it.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, super. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jeroen, for this time.
I'm glad I can do it. I really look forward to the Congress. I actually did my agenda when we met. So I looked, okay, what will be coming up? And what really nice is when you translate the timetable into Dutch, my last name is Meat. There is also Jeroen Biefstuk instead of Jeroen Stek. When it is in Polish, it will say Jeroen Stek. But when it is translated in Dutch, I am Jeroen Meat.
And in Polish, Stek is also this meat.
Yeah, steak or something like that.
Yes, we say in Polish Stek. Stek is the Polish name of this meat.
Yeah. Because so if it translates, I did the translation timetable on. Then oh, beautiful! I'm Jeroen Meat. Yes. So.
What does it mean for you?
It's okay. It's a joke. I think.
Are you middle rare or well done?
yeah, middle rare. I think. Yeah.
Middle rare. Okay. Okay. You know Poland already. You know some Polish public because you quite regularly, or you have been already.
I love it. I really love it. Polish people. Really, really, really. Yeah, warm-hearted. It was the last time. It was really amazing. Yeah. And I hope I come after the Congress together with Tom to do this 2 or 3 days course about improvisation and theater making from provocative work. But that's what Joanna and I will discuss later on.
Yeah, that's the.
Now, first, I hope Congress will be a really good success.
Yeah, to be able to connect all the people with different approaches.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Super. Thank you. I'm so glad we know each other already, because
Beautiful.
I have some interviews with people that I don't know at all, but you, I got to know in person. That was a great meeting you and being on your workshop. And I cannot wait for your presence on the Congress, for your workshops and your warm heart. I like this expression of you, warm heart. Then I also know provocative with you and Brechtje. So it's building up this idea, provocative style. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for this talk.
Okay, thank you very much.
And your examples. And let's stop recording this and let's put it online sometime in the future.